Students to study anywhere, anytime, on tablets that are provided by Kenyatta University themselves. I can tell you that my days in campus were nothing like that. There were no smartphones, and the very thought of having a personal computer or tablet was unimaginable. The first time I actually did computers was somewhere in Washington, D.C., the USDA graduate school, and we were doing something known as DOS. Any of you familiar with DOS? Oh, I can see, yeah. A few young ones and a few who know about the disk operating systems. Now, we are so far from there. And yet, here we are today, synonymous with African technology and laying claim on one of the world's most innovative technologies, the mobile money transfer system, or as we commonly know it, M-Pesa. We should be very proud Kenyans.
We are.
I don't know how many of you are aware, but when we did launch M-Pesa, and I stand as a very proud Kenyan, on this one, I'll take no prisoners. Because I sat there and punched a telephone and launched the first mobile money transfer system on earth. It was the first time that money had been transferred on a phone, and Kenya was up there at the time, and we still are. As a country, Kenya's contribution to the global mobile wallet has been phenomenal. Did you know that last year, mobile money transfer service providers moved over $20 billion in over 700 million transactions, thanks to a concept that we introduced in Kenya? It is widespread. And in Kenya, it dominates business with mobile money agents, integrations with banks, microfinance institutions, and market vending, each revolving around mobile banking. I am informed that you too, the members of the Diaspora, are increasingly using mobile wallet for your remittances. Yes. Western Union has now adopted the use of M-Pesa. And I hear that more recently, a mobile application, SendWave, has been launched to allow the instant transmission of funds from your phones to those of your beneficiaries back home. Yes. And you're not remitting a little money. You are moving 150 billion shillings into the Kenyan economy. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you are wondering where I'm heading with this, it all leads me to discuss with you how you can feature in Kenya in a more tangible way. As part of the Ushirika Kenya fraternity, you are already contributing to national development through your mission of providing and promoting charity, literacy, and education through mobilization of resources in Kenyan communities. We have just seen a very good example of that work right in front of us. But you might, as an entrepreneur, be seeking to do more, such as set a business that will enable you to eventually tie in Kenya, take a bit more interest in the ICT sector. Owing to my bias, my advice to you is to focus on ICT and integrate it into whatever plans you have. ICT is directly influencing productivity, cost effectiveness, and competitiveness of industry. And it represents the future whether you are a peasant farmer, a student, an entrepreneur, or a multinational corporation. ICT is driving our national economy, and it is a tool that you can use not only to enrich yourselves, but also to create much needed employment opportunities, literally and through facilitation. And as for job creation, in case you have never heard of them, one example of a company that is doing this, creating jobs that is DumaWorks, a mobile-based networking and recruiting tool in Kenya that connects employers and job seekers with a particular focus on small and medium-sized enterprises. Through companies like DumaWorks, job seekers have the ability to recommend friends and colleagues for other jobs and receive referrals themselves. there are those who are still waiting for the government to create employment. And I've got news for you. Governments don't really create employment. Governments create the environment in which employment can be created. In a country like ours that believes in a private sector, then you can see that this is a huge opportunity for you. And you should seize the opportunity. And like DumaWorks, which has since its founding in 2012, dealt with over 10,000 job seekers and generated over 5,000 job matches, create your own lucrative initiative. But what if you are in education, as my colleagues are, or healthcare for that matter, like Jane? Well, here too, you can use mobile technology to deliver cost-effective solutions that especially touch the population living in rural and inaccessible areas. If they sound alien, consider this. Far from being utilized as a tool for simple communication or money transfer, mobile technology is facilitating the delivery of basic health and education services to underserved populations. I'm astounded when I first learned that children can now prepare for their exams using a mobile application where they can not only take mock exams, but also interact live with tutors. Yet, this is precisely what Eneza education is availing on a mulika mwizi phone, not necessarily on these sophisticated gadgets that you guys have. They developed their own application specifically to offer our marginalized children the same tutorials that their privileged counterparts enjoy. In Nigeria and Tanzania, Mobile Baby is an M-Health service being implemented to reduce mother and child mortality by helping pregnant women in rural areas reach hospital. Mobile Baby allows medical practitioners to send ultrasound images, video clips, and 3D scans directly from ultrasound machines to mobile phones via SMS.
Wow.
MMS and even emails, providing real-time remote medical diagnostics. In our country, e-health has already taken root in some of our hospitals. And as for travel, which everybody is complaining about in Kenya, the county of Eldoret, for example, uses video conferencing facilities as much as possible so that it can minimize the cost associated with travel and benchmarking trips around the world. And we've been hearing a lot more about what is happening in counties. I can tell you, for example, that in Nyeri County, we are introducing a policy where the county government will not handle any money directly, and that cuts corruption. Yeah. So mobile money and ICT will form part of the solution in the fight against corruption. There is no doubt that in combination with other similar innovations, IT and mobile technology are successfully addressing challenges such as combating infectious diseases, creating awareness of HIV/AIDS, and are doing so at a minimal cost. Now, excitingly, is in agriculture. And those of you who are interested in agriculture and wish to enrich the farmer in themselves will be pleased to know that even in this sector, ICT is playing a key role. While there are many examples that I can cite, iShamba is worth mentioning because it recently won a global award on Mobile Innovation Awards. iShamba, a Kenyan company, uses mobile technology to provide farmers with real-time agricultural and market price information, weather updates, as well as expert advice on tools and agricultural tips. In the short period since they launched this March, iShamba has helped 20,000 smallholder farmers in 27 counties improve their bargaining power when selling their crops. And that's just a team of young people who are doing this. Beyond this, the company extends farmers special offers and discounts, which it secures through collaboration with key EAC-based agri-product suppliers who are keen to expand their customer base. Our farmers are benefiting from this, just as they are from CCTV cameras that are now being installed in key marketplaces to enhance their security and that of other farmers. Again, in Eldoret, in Nyeri, in Nakuru, the CCTV cameras that have been put in market areas have now made those places very safe places to transact business. Old ladies, old women, old men who used to fear going to the markets because of security are now doing so without fear. Again, the use of ICT. I could go on forever.